what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, I'm going to be going through my latest Umbrella releases that were sent to me by Umbrella Entertainment. These are, I believe, the May releases, and then I've got one movie that was delayed that was supposed to come out in April. It was Masters of the Universe. I'll just go ahead and call it out. It was supposed to come out in April. I think it was pushed to June, so it's technically a June release, even though I haven't gotten the June releases in from Umbrella, but I'm just going to lump it in with these May releases. So yeah, we're gonna cover 5 titles here today on this video. I'm going to show them off real quick. I'm going to do a little review of Masters of the Universe because I did watch it, and I do have some very important information on Masters of the Universe to talk about as well and go over with you guys. So we'll get to that here in a second. And then we're going to go through the rest of them, and then I'll go to the unboxing table and we'll just kind of take a deep dive and look into the contents of all these movies and their packaging. Some really interesting films that were sent to me this month. But first off, let's go ahead and, well, first off, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video. Comment down below what do you think about these titles. Do all that stuff. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Masters of the Universe. So I had seen this movie before, but it honestly wasn't since I was a kid, and I barely remembered anything about it. I didn't even remember that Courtney Cox was in this movie, so I'm watching it, and I'm like, that's Courtney Cox in this film. But of course, it stars Dolph Lundgren. You got Frank Langella, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, playing Skeletor. And the girl, Meg Foster from They Live, is in this as well. I thought she was really good in the movie. I liked her a lot. So, you know, it's a good cast. It's a canon picture. It came out in did it come out in 1987? I believe it came out in 1987. This is one that a lot of people, this is kind of known, I feel like, for being one of the best bad movies of all time. If you want to say that, I know that some people like legitimately unironically like this movie, but I don't think it's a great movie. And if you ask most people, they will probably admit that, even if they have a certain level of love and nostalgia for the film. Now, watching it in 2024 for the first time since I was a kid and only remembering like certain scenes, like I just remember Skeletor, to be honest. Like he honestly like used to scare me when I was a kid watching the movie. It's okay. It's a fun watch. It's a space adventure film. Honestly, like if I'm watching a movie like this, I would rather watch a film like The Last Starfighter, which kind of feels somewhat similar to me. Just like the tone feels a little bit more low budget, going for that big like Star Wars galactic feel. I just think The Last Starfighter has stronger performances and a little bit more depth to it. So if I'm watching a movie like that that's kind of riffing off of Star Wars, I would rather pop in The Last Starfighter. But Masters of the Universe, it's okay. Like I did not grow up with He-Man. I talked about this before, but I feel like the gap like between the people that watched He-Man and Thundercats and Transformers and the people and the kids that watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman the Animated Series, X-Men, Spider-Man, which are the ones that I grew up with. But those cartoons are like maybe 2 or 3 years apart. People that were 2 or 3 grades above me talked about Thundercats and Transformers, and I did not grow up with that stuff. Everybody in my grade, we talked about Turtles, we talked about Batman. So I find that very interesting that the gap is like 2 to 3 years, and I just missed that cutoff with Masters of the Universe. So I didn't grow up with this or Transformers or any of that stuff, but I do remember watching, you know, parts of this movie when I was a kid. It's a pretty basic story. I mean, look, it's pretty much a combination of Thor and Star Wars and a little bit of Star Trek, and then you've got some Conan infused in here as well. They put all that together. They try to create a unique sci-fi adventure narrative, fantasy story, and it's pretty basic, and it's okay. It's a little goofy in parts, like the little dwarf they got following them around is a little bit of a what the hell is this? Like, why does this need to be a part of the story? The performances aren't great. Dolph tries to give it his all in the movie. I like Skeletor. I think Skeletor is a good performance, but I think Meg Foster is probably the best performance in this movie. It's got a cool aesthetic to it. This is a Blu-ray release by Umbrella, which we'll talk about the region-free stuff here in a second. I do think a 4K, this movie would benefit from a 4K. I think it would look really great in 4K. So I don't know what the holdup there is. This is a Warner Brothers movie. It's MGM, so it's owned by Amazon. It would be Warner Brothers that would put this out on 4K. So I don't know if that's going to be put out in the States at some point. If somebody else is going to do this movie in 4K, maybe Second Sight would do it in 4K at some point. I don't know. Another boutique label. I really don't know. I don't know if this movie will ever get a 4K. This may be the best edition of Masters of the Universe that we ever get on physical media, but it could definitely use an upgrade to 4K. I think it would stand to benefit from that. This is not Region B locked, and Umbrella made a point of sending out an email when they talked about this being delayed. First off, the cover art got changed like 3 or 4 times. It feels like they were having a lot of issues with the cover art and what they could use, and they landed on this, which is cool cover art. But they sent out an email. It's like, this will be Region B locked. And if you do not have a region free player, they made a point of this, you will not be able to watch this. You can watch this on a regular player. I popped it in my regular player like there, just like all the other Umbrella releases that say Region B on the back. I popped it in my player and it played just fine. So I don't know if Umbrella straight up lied to people, if they were giving conscious misinformation or not. I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if they just don't, or the person that put out that statement just didn't realize that all the Umbrella releases that say Region B, you can play on a regular player. Because I've heard this before. They have to, just because of the license, they have to put Region B, that it only plays on a Region B player, on the actual cases themselves, and then they just make it available to watch anywhere. But it's kind of a hush-hush kind of thing, like they can't really advertise that. So I wonder if that's part of it. It's just because the nature of this movie and the amount of people that were wanting to import it, it just got hyped up a little bit more, and Umbrella felt like they had to make a statement saying this is just Region B, because they didn't want anybody else to know that it wasn't. I don't know how all that stuff works. Maybe the person just genuinely did not know that all their releases are Region B and all of them you can watch on another player, and this one's no different. And they just were like, well, we're getting a lot of emails about this because the hype is so grand for it. So it's Region B and you can only watch it on that. Let's make sure people know that. So maybe that was the case, but I'm telling you right now, I popped it in my regular player. My region free players over there didn't watch it on there. Popped it in my regular player, played just fine. And I posted that on my Instagram account. But I'm just saying this because I know a lot of people canceled this. They canceled this when they said it was Region B. I got a lot of people reached out to me because they weren't going to be able to play it on their player. In terms of Masters of the Universe, the Blu-ray edition from Umbrella, this is region free, at least for me. Like, I could watch it on any player, any Blu-ray player that I want to. So if you want to get this now, I don't know if the box set's still available, but maybe the regular standard release with the slipcover is still available. I'll link everything down below in the description, guys, if it is still available. Slipcover, standard edition, box set edition, all that kind of stuff. But if you do want to get this, because it is region free, you can do so now. I also got You'll Never Find Me. This is a newer film. I've actually heard some things about it. Didn't this come out on Shudder or something? I feel like this is a Shudder film, so that's kind of interesting. And I know that they're doing a Late Night with the Devil, a big box set release of that at some point. But You'll Never Find Me, just a standard release, not a box set release. I think that's the only one that's not a box set. We also got Primer that I'm going to get into. Don't know too much about Primer, but I am interested in watching it. I have heard of the film before. We've got Upstream Color, which I was reading the back of this, and it actually sounds like a pretty interesting premise. It says, I have to apologize. I was born with a disfigurement where my head is made of the same material as the sun. Is that really what this movie's about? If so, I gotta check this one out. But Upstream Color, really cool artwork on there. And these are all Blu-rays. There are no 4Ks this month. And the last one is Trash Humpers. And I've got a VHS tape attached to it. So we'll get into that here in a second. I wanted to, because I just recently got a VCR, and I do have a CRT TV over there. I wanted to hook that up and actually play it, but I don't think I'm going to do that in this video out of fear that it's going to get demonetized or something. So what I'm going to do is at some point I will do a short just showing off the movie playing in my VHS player, just some clips of the film on there. I'll do a little short on the channel to show that out. But we got Trash Humpers. This is a movie by Harmony Korine, same guy that did Spring Breakers And another film that I watched of his that came out recently, Beach Bum, I think is a movie. It had Matthew McConaughey in it. So I've seen a couple of his films, but I have not seen Trash Humpers. That's it, guys. That's what I got. 5 releases. Let's go to the unboxing table and check all these releases out in depth. If you're ready, let's do it. All right, so let's start with Masters of the Universe. Definitely an awesome cover, like I said. Show you the spine right here. This is the back with the J card attached. Well, I shouldn't say J card, but just the spec card that's on the back, the little piece of paper they have glued on right there, which kind of shows you the contents of the packaging. You do have a 48-page book in here with some behind-the-scenes experiences and art. So some cool stuff. All the features are listed down below as well. You do get an audio commentary here. There's a lot of really good, I didn't mention it when I talked about this, but there's a lot of really good features here in this, but none of them I do not believe are new. I think they're all taken from some other stuff. I don't know if it's because Warner Brothers did a Blu-ray in the US, so I don't know if it's taken from that release or not, if this is just stuff that was compiled together and put on this release as a new feature for this release. But none of the actual like footage and interviews are new. A lot of the interviews are from 2014. It's from a documentary. I'm trying to look on here and see Electric Boogaloo. It's from a documentary called Electric Boogaloo. And they have extended interviews with actor Dolph Lundgren, the director, the producer, and all kinds of people just talking about this movie. So there are really good features on this release. I just don't think that any of them are brand new. And then this is the actual back. A battle fought in the stars now comes to Earth. So yeah, this movie is very reminiscent of... I would honestly say the first Thor movie, you know, if you're into the Marvel movies, kind of reminds me of that. Had to be what they were going for when they made that movie. So bam, you got the front, you got the side, you got the back right here. Only the universe could hold adventure this big. So it's a fun movie, guys. I don't mean to crap on the film. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping it. It's just a goofy, schlocky 80s adventure fun time. That's what it is. Show you the front, show you the back. I would honestly, like, if I'm going to compare it to another, like, big budget action sci-fi adventure of the 80s that a lot of people don't hold up as being that great anymore, I would honestly compare it to, I don't know how people are going to feel about this, to David Lynch's Dune. I would honestly compare it to that, which I like David Lynch's Dune. It's just goofy enough for me to get on board with it. But we'll open this up, and then you got some disc arts on the inside with Skeletor, which is really cool. And then you got the poster. I thought the costumes and effects and stuff in this were pretty well done. That's something positive I could say about it. And then you got 2 sides, 2 different artworks. Good stuff. Reversible cover art is just I don't know if I already reversed it or not, but when you reverse it, or when you first get it, it'll have that Australian rating at the bottom, which nobody likes. So when you reverse it, it makes it a little bit more Americanized, I guess, to where you don't have that rating sticker at the bottom. So that's the only thing. It's the same artwork that's on it. So I'll put this back in the slipcover and then show off the art cards included. Bam, 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 bam. Look at that guy. That's the dwarf I'm talking about. Everybody looks good, though. Meg Foster's badass, though, in this. She's badass. Skeletor looks good, too. And of course, He-Man looks good. Everybody looks good in this movie. It's a good-looking movie. And then we'll kind of flip through this booklet with some good information on the movie. This is always the most interesting stuff to dive into. Just, you know, the backstory of the film, how it was made. I don't know if this was a troubled production or not. Like I said, I don't know too much about it and its release and all that kind of stuff. But this is probably, at this point, I mean, this is the best release that we have gotten for this film. Will we get a 4K box set at some point? I don't know. But I just made a video talking about, you know what? If you want these movies, if you want these editions, like, just don't worry about it, guys. Just don't let it stress you out. Just go ahead and get it. It's a nice edition. It's going to look great on the shelf. If you love Masters of the Universe, just get it. We also got You'll Never Find Me. That's what you think. I'll find you. I forgot to take the plastic off. Sometimes I'm good about taking the plastic off before I bring them over here. But I did not do that in this case. But right there, You'll Never Find Me. This one actually does have a J card on it, wrapped around. Is that wrapped around backwards? But this is the debut feature, steeps you in a kind of waking nightmare with shockingly brilliant final act you may not be able to forget. So I feel like I have heard good things about this movie. This is the debut feature for this director, directed by Josh, what is it, Josh Allen and Indiana Bell. Is that the names? Interesting. But this is only limited to 300, so this is not very, doesn't have a lot of different editions. But you do have an audio commentary on here with the directors, outtakes, short films, behind the scenes stuff. So there's some good features on here as well. But really nice slipcover. Yeah, I need to check this one out. Different artwork on the inside. Flip it to the back. Just looking at it, it reminds me of that A24 film that comes at night. I wonder if there's any kind of similarities. But you got a nice little booklet on the inside. It's not as big as the 48-page booklet, but there's some good stuff in here. And then you got the disc right there. So there you go. All right, let's move on to Primer. Take the plastic off of this one. I've heard of this film. I don't know anything about it. Is this like a sci-fi film? It has to be, right? But really cool artwork on this one. What happens if it actually works? Yeah, I gotta check this out. You got an audio commentary here. Looks like you got a couple audio commentaries. New feature-length commentary. My goodness, how many commentaries they got? And they got a new video essay. So there's some new features on this one. So that's pretty cool. And there's the side right there. Go ahead and take it out of the box. Oh my goodness, that's actually hard to get out. Maybe I should take this card off. Show you the back. Primer, primer, primer. It's all just primer everywhere. Why is this so hard to get out of here? There it goes. That was in there tight. This isn't, now it's still not coming out. I'm convinced this is like stuck in here with like glue or something. What's going on? Come on. There we go. My goodness. Really cool slipcover though. It might have been this. So glossy, might have been a little sticky. But yeah, this is like the inside of a computer, like a motherboard or something. So that's pretty cool. So maybe this is about a computer that takes over the world or something. I don't know. You got some images from the film on the back. Okay. You got the disc art on the inside. You got a nice poster on the inside. Bam, bam, bam. Double-sided poster. I don't know if this is new artwork or not, but it is double-sided. Check that out. Guys, look, Umbrella they're having an incredible year, honestly, with the stuff they're releasing. They're doing great work. It's consistent. I think they've got something like, I don't know if it's this month or if it's next month, but they've got a month coming up where there's like 7 box sets coming out. There's like 7 box sets. So they're just doing crazy work right now. They're putting in the time, they're putting in the effort. They're putting out nice premium collector's editions. Now, look, they're pricey. They are pricey. I'm not going to sit here and act like they're cheap, but they're good releases and they're well done. Like, they do solid work. Really solid work. So that was the art cards. This is the booklets. I don't know what year this movie's from. It seems like a recent release. Like, it seems like a more modern film. But nice booklets, nice art cards. Can't speak too much on the film Primer because I have not seen it. But I will check it out at some point. And over here, we have Upstream Color. That's next up. It's next up on the unboxing agenda. Let me take off this plastic. Oh my goodness. Throw the plastic over here. This looks like a crazy movie. His head is made of the same material as the sun. Is that really what it's about? Upstream Color. Nice clean artwork all the way around on this one. And looks like we have audio commentaries on here. Experimental video response by filmmaker Ian Hogg. Teaser trailer, Head Like the Sun. So a lot of good stuff on here. Isolated soundtrack as well. So back is pretty basic. Not really a whole lot going on in the back. But you do have some cool artwork on this one all around. And this one came out a little bit easier, so I'm thankful for that. I mean, these were just really stuck in there. I don't know if it's some kind of like adhesive material they use, the slip with the glossiness on the slip cover that's making it stick. But Upstream cover, this is some interesting slip cover. This reminds me of like something you'd see in a biology book or something, you know. Like you flip the pages and it's like a diagram of an object with those little notes attached to it. So maybe that's what they were going for. But that's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Got some other stuff on the back. Go ahead and take it out of the slip. Cool stuff. Show you the disc art. Show you the poster. Yeah, let me know if you all seen this movie. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies. What do you think of them? This is definitely an interesting slate. I'm not going to say it's the most buzzworthy slate of the month, of the year for Umbrella, but it's good. Some interesting stuff here. Some stuff I am interested in. And we got a nice booklet right here. Flip through that a little bit. And then we got the cards. And for some reason that won't rip. What a material is this? This is not the basic material that they used to hold these together. What is going on? You're embarrassing me, Umbrella. I'm just kidding. I love you. Flip through the cards. Got a glass of water. See, not a lot of boutique studios will release art cards with a glass of water and a pitcher of water with a glass next to it. But Umbrella's got you covered on that. So you got a lot of pigs there. So that's interesting. Oh my goodness, I forgot to put this back in the slip cover. Nice looking release though, Upstream color. They do a lot of movies. They give a lot of big box set treatment to movies that I imagine a lot of people wouldn't expect them to. So that's cool. Like if you're like a big fan of Upstream color, like I'm sure you're very excited because nobody else would do a big box set release of Upstream color, I don't think, except for Umbrella. All right, we're getting into trash humpers. I want to look at this VHS first because it's very rare I add new VHSs to the collection. I know that's a big thing where people like do bootlegs on VHS and stuff like that. I see a lot of on social media about that, but I don't get a lot of that stuff. So I've got VHS in the collection. I bought some from Goodwill and stuff, but they're from older VHS tapes. I don't have any brand new VHS tapes in the collection. I still haven't found that Terrifier one at Walmart. So this is actually like really cool to have. And I'm sure that it plays, right? Yeah, I mean, it's got, that's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, it kind of looks a little worn and torn there. But this is an actual like VHS tape. This makes me like, I haven't actually held like the actual like cartridge, like the actual like VHS cartridge in a long time like this. Like I've gotten out a VHS tape and talked about it on the channel or whatnot, but I haven't actually held this in what feels like a really long time. So this is like making me very sentimental right now. Very nostalgic for my childhood. So I got to put that away. That's flooding me with emotions right now that I wasn't prepared to deal with in this unboxing video. But let me look at this stuff real quick. Why do I got bugs crawling around everywhere? This is crazy. We got stickers. So that's cool. And then there's a little booklet right here. Like, what is this movie? Like, this movie looks gnarly as hell. Like, what is this? I mean, they look creepy. Like, is this like a horror movie? I thought it was just about people that humped trash cans, you know? Harmony Korine's wild, though. He's a wild filmmaker. I liked Beach Bum because it had Martin Lawrence in it, like swimming away from a shark, and I thought that was pretty funny. But this is a cool cover. Front, back, right here. We'll get into the contents here in a second. 3 little devils jumped over the wall. La 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 dee da la la la. La 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 dee da da. Okay. We got special features, Trash Talk, a video essay by Greg Ferris, Bad Grandparents, a video essay by Kat Ellinger, or an audio essay, Monster Fresh Q&A with director Harmony Korine. It doesn't look like this has an audio commentary on it, but you got some video essays and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And well, let's take the J card off, see if anything's on the back, or the card. Sorry guys, I'm messing up everything in this. Oh, you got another image of that scary guy, and he's like holding his crotch. What is that? All right, so let's make sure I got everything out. Cool slipcover on this. The more I see of this, the more I'm just very interested in what's going on in this damn movie. Oh, that was the back. Here we go. Like, what is this? Looks like The Strangers. Like, look at that. Can you guys see that? It won't focus. Just freaking insane. This movie looks like a fever dream. So you got the disc guard on the inside. You got maybe some newer artwork right here. Bam. Bam, bam. Put that back in the slippity dippity. I think this is the front, and that's supposed to be the back. And then we got the, we're going to get a good look at it. I mean, is that makeup, or is that like really them? Like, what is this? Like, that's just creepy. This movie like gives me the heebie-jeebies. What is going on here? Is this found footage as well? Like, what is this? This makes me very uncomfortable. Flip through this booklet real quick because I don't want to get scared. I mean, this is wild looking. Like, this is wild. I'm gonna have to check this out though, because I'm just very intrigued by what Trash Humpers is, and why is Harmony Korine so insane. All right, we're done, guys. That's the unboxings. This video ran longer than I wanted, like all my unboxings of Umbrella stuff usually goes. But I like to give you all the full tour and just not really care about the length of the video and all that stuff. So that's it. We got 5 new releases here that I showed off. Kind of did a little review for Masters of the Universe. Remember, like I said, guys, all these are region free, so just don't worry about it when it comes to Umbrella. I've never played an Umbrella, and I probably watched at least 20 of these releases. I've never played an Umbrella Blu-ray that didn't play on my player, my regular player. I've never had to put it on my region free player. So I'd say just order these. Don't worry about that. Of course, I say that, and the one exception you'll get, and then you won't be able to play it and you'll blame me, but 99% of these I'm pretty sure play on a regular player. But I will link all of these down below in the description, straight to the Umbrella sites if you want to order them. So yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications for all future videos, and I'll see you next time.